Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a while, but hey, what can I say? So many things have happened and this is basically an update video. I really hope that I managed to cover almost everything. I will try and put in pictures where I can, just to give you a bit more context. But you know what? I'm back. And I'm back with the tea. So where do I begin? At the beginning. Obviously, at the beginning. Where you left at.
So, as per usual, I was recording me feeding my kids. It's the usual stuff, making porridge, preparing a little fruit snack for them, and serving it to them. This was basically me the whole of last year. On this particular day, we also had to go run errands. We were busy the whole day. We only made it back home later in the evening. And we just picked up the usual KFC, served it to the whole family for supper that night, and there was leftovers, and we had it for breakfast the next morning. And then I prepared my kids as they were gonna accompany me to Northwest University because I was trying to apply to study there.
Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been cold the past few days. Well, 2 days. 2 days. Yesterday we did our month-end errands, but I didn't get to vlog much of it, and that's simply because it was raining and I was just in no position to be vlogging. Today I have to go and get some stuff done, but probably you guys are going to accompany me as I go and do my school application. I'd like to complete my master's next year, so I'm also trying to sort that out. I had a conditional, is it conditional or provisional admission, and so I never got around to submitting what was outstanding, and so now I'm trying to catch up and try and do that. Which reminds me, I left my stuff in the house, so I'm gonna have to go back and fetch them, so bear with me. Let's see your guys' outfits. Kude is looking like that, and Lulu is looking like that. So yeah.
On our way to Potchefstroom, we stopped along the way at this really cute little biltong place. The biltong here was really nice. And then this is us arriving on campus at Northwest University. We had to go from pillar to post, so at some point I just couldn't be recording because this was some serious stuff that I had to tend to. And then after we were finished on campus, we made our way back home. There wasn't enough time for me to cook, so we just picked up some pizzas, and that's what we had for supper. All was going well.
Until
last year in December, I had officially run out of funds out of my savings, and I couldn't afford rent, and then I obviously had to vacate my apartment. We then decided was that we should all travel back down to the Eastern Cape and visit my mother. We moved out of our apartment, we packed all our things on a truck, and then we had them moved to a storage facility. Then decided to call my mom, and we were like, hey mom, we need a place to stay because we just got kicked out of our apartment and we thinking of coming to stay with you for a few weeks. And so my mom was like, okay, cool. And we were like, yeah, did you send us money? So she sent us money so that we can fill up the tank and make our way to the Eastern Cape. So through the night, you guys, literally on the spot, through the night, we just drove to the Eastern Cape on a whim. We stayed in East London for 3 weeks, and then we decided to travel back to Johannesburg. Obviously, now that he's been paid, we'd be able to pay for a place to stay. As we were driving back, you guys, we then had our car break down just outside Queenstown. So yeah, our car broke down just outside Queenstown, and we had to get towed back into Queenstown. The towing company dropped us off at a garage. I think it's called the truck stop, like everyone knows it. It's on the main road in Queenstown. And then yeah, we slept in the car that night. The next day was a Sunday, and so we obviously had to stay in Queenstown, so we had to book a place, and that's where we slept that night. So we stayed there 2 nights, and the second day we left, which happened to be on the Monday, when the stores were open where we could buy the car parts or have them, you know, fixed or whatever the case may have been. So on the Monday, I had to call home again. I called my mum, and I was like, hey, in order to move forward, we need X amount of money. We had to fix this part, and the mechanic is charging us this much, and we have also spent the rest of our petrol money. So my mom and my sister put money together, and they sent that to me so we could pay the mechanic, and we can pay for the car part, and we could also continue back to Johannesburg. At this point, my mom was like, don't you want to turn back with the kids? And I was just like, no, this is just a little mishap. It could happen to anyone, anywhere, really. So we just want to continue on back to Joburg. Plus, my husband has to get back to work because he's been off for like 3 weeks. So yeah, so we continued on our way through the night. On day 2, they fixed the car the whole day. Part of me was very skeptical, but child, those people fixed the car, and we've been driving that car ever since they fixed it. Like, we've literally been driving that car ever since we fixed it. And so I really commend their work. They're pretty good at what they do. We then continued on day 2 after they fixed the car, right through the night, all the way through the morning, and we made it to Johannesburg. So upon arrival in Johannesburg, we had to find a new place to stay. And we had already found an area that we were interested in, which is still close to the Fourways area where my husband works. So we found an area, and we were like, we're gonna narrow it down to places. Yeah. And then lucky enough for us, I think the second place we got to view happened to have someone that was gonna move out that night. Because remember, it's not month end, it's like during the month, right? It wasn't exactly month end yet. So they said that the tenant that's there is going to be moving out the next day, if you guys don't mind. But if you could either go and find alternative place to stay, and then you can move in the next day. But luckily for us, we were like, we're so tired, we're literally just gonna go buy food and we can sleep in our car, and we'll just move in when she has to move out the next day. So that's exactly what happened. The next day, her her lift came and took her to the airport, and she apparently had already packed her stuff the day prior. She just needed to sleep there that night in preparation for a flight the next day. So we obviously immediately moved in like at 5 a.m. that morning. And then yeah, this is where we've been staying. This is where we've been staying up until this point. So from December 20 of last year up until now, we've been staying in this place. Anyway, a lot of our saving grace during this time is the fact that my mum had packed us a bag full of food for the kids. So she had made a big bag of fruits like apples and what was in there? Apples and bananas. And then she had snacks for them like chips and biscuits. And then she packed noodles, and then she packed like cereals. So she had like Future Lives and like Morvites and instant porridge. Literally towards the end of the month, my mom topped us up with like another amount of money that helped us to go and quickly buy a few groceries to get us till month end. So yes, we were broke, but I mean, we were eating. As we entered into the new year, I then decided I had a job offer that I didn't take, that I'd like to take up on, because this staying at home thing is not working for me. So the stay at home thing is not working for me. I need to get back to work, even if it's on site. So I called back the person that hooked me up with the job last year. I also happen to have like a high school friend that works there now, that I reached out to and was like, hey, I was actually supposed to start there last year, but I never took the job, and I'm thinking of coming back in. Do you think I'd get an opportunity to be interviewed again? And luckily for me, they were like, yeah, sure, pull through. So I got interviewed again, and I got shortlisted, and so I was on the program. But I was only on the program for like 1 week, and then my sister called me and she was like, oh, this other job that I'm trying to hook you up with, they are actually keen to onboard you. So then the very next week, I started at the job that my sister got me. So I started working there from like Jan 21 up until like the 11th of February, where I got fired. And the basis of the whole thing was that they needed someone who was going to do these tasks, and I gave them my asking price, and they slashed it by like 50%, and they were like, hey, we're only willing to go with this amount. And then in that case, I was like kind of really low, seeing that I've got all these expenses. And they were like, well, you don't have to travel here every day. And so I said, say less, because that's actually what I've always wanted. I wanted to be working hybrid. So when it was presented to me as a hybrid opportunity, I was willing to take it, even though there was a cut in the salary. I thought that that's okay, because I'm saving on petrol costs anyway. So what then happened was, as I was in the role, they then tell me that I have to be there on site, like full time. And obviously I couldn't commit to this, because the way my husband and I have set up our life currently was that I would be home with the kids most of the time, and then he was going to cover me for the days that I had to be at work. So now, if I wasn't going to be at home majority of the time or at all, it kind of messed up the arrangement that he already made, and it kind of left us now having to figure out who's going to watch the kids, and that would have been an additional cost, which I didn't have, seeing that I wasn't even making the money that I'd anticipated. So ultimately, this then kind of left me with no other choice but to accept the dismissal on the basis that I wasn't working on site, that I continued working off site. So the dismissal went into effect when I continued working from home, and that's how I lost the job. So it wasn't a matter of not me doing my work. I was doing the work. I just didn't go back on site when they asked me to. And it wasn't feasible for me to go back on site. So I had to accept the dismissal. So yeah, since basically my last paycheck was in February, and March, I've just been kind of winging it again. And yeah, so now we're in April, and it's month 2 of being unemployed, and yeah, it is what it is. We're still looking, so keep your fingers crossed for me to finally get something. In the meantime, life has to be lifing. Life has to go on. So we kind of have been managing with the little resources that we have, trying to stretch them out while covering all the basics. If it wasn't for my mom and my sister and my brothers just constantly coming to the table and just being that helping hand, like, I honestly don't think that we would have made it this far. Like, literally, there are small little graces in between that have literally kept me afloat. That's it. That's a life update. I hope I wasn't too long. I really don't want to stretch things and go into too much unnecessary detail. I think I pretty much gave you the gist. Okay, guys. So, like I said, this is going to be like an update and haul video.
So yeah, this is a clothing haul video, but I did get some toys. Over here I got a cute little motorbike for Lulu. He's obsessed with motorbikes. And then I got Kude this refuse truck. Guys, he requested this by himself, and I didn't see any issue with not getting it for him. His dad asked me, why would you buy him a garbage truck? But I don't just see it as a garbage truck. Maybe it's because of my public sector background. I was thinking a multi-million tender for waste management. Anyway, I then got Yala this pink convertible toy. The kids all love their toys. The older two chose these themselves. I helped Lulu choose his. So yeah. Okay, now into the clothes. I got them these Crocs. These are so versatile. They can wear them for both winter and summer. You'll see that I also got some socks. So for winter, they'll just be wearing these Crocs with socks on a cold day, but most of the time they'll probably just wear them as is. They come with the little, what do you call these? Is it giblets? I don't know what you call these little cute little press-ons. Anyway, these are the socks. It's 6 pairs. These fit all 3 of my kids. And then I got them some underwears. And then I got each child a onesie. I got these like teddy onesies, like furry onesies, as you can see. They're nice and thick and warm. I sized up for each child because I wanted them to be oversized and baggy so that they can be comfortable, as it will be something that they'll be wearing a lot during this winter. This is Yala's. I got hers in this like multicolor unicorn type of vibe. I sized up for the boys, so they got size 4 and size 5 respectively, but for Yala I sized 2 sizes up because she's a bit more on the taller side. She's got long arms, so she's got hers in a size 7. Then I got these vests. I got them in a size 4 and they fit all 3 kids. There's 6 of them in a pack, so each of them got 2 each. In their second bag, I got each child a pair of jeans. The sizes are once again for Yala size 7, Gude size 5, Lulu size 4. I wanted the pants to fit baggy. And then I got each child a jersey or sweater, whatever you want to call it. The boys have the blue one, and Yala's got this pink one with embroidered flowers. This was so thick and warm, really good quality. I absolutely love this jersey for her. This was in a size 7, probably too big. Maybe I should have gone with the 6, but anyway. These were the boys, sizes 5 and 4 respectively. These were slightly bigger, but obviously that is the look that I was going for. All the cool kids have baggy. In this bag, I also included more toys. Gude once again got the red fire truck. He likes logical toys, you guys. I chose this cute little train for Lulu. And then Yala chose this airplane for herself. I initially had a toy boat, but she wanted an airplane. So these are the toys.
I really hope you guys managed to hear me in this video. I hope the audio comes out properly because the kids are like whispering and playing in the background. I've asked them to, but yeah. So if this doesn't work, then I don't have an update video. I'm literally just gonna keep it moving in the next, because I'm not gonna do this again. This has been so tedious to rehash on. Okay guys, so yeah, that's it from me. See you guys in my next video. Until next time. Also, Happy New Year, you guys. I mean, it's 2026, because it's the first time we've seen each other this year. Compliments of the new year. Happy New Year. We haven't seen each other since last year. It is what it is. But you know what? I'm here now. At least I'm here now. And nothing much has changed. I still look over here instead of over there. Like, I'm supposed to be looking at you over there. But I don't. I be looking over here. And, are we ever going to get it right? Also, we are like 8 people away from 300 subscribers. So please, if you have not subscribed, just please stop just watching. Subscribe. Also, I want to get us to 1,000 this year. So if you guys could please just do the right thing. Also, I'm so sorry for keeping you guys waiting. Like, when what happened last year, I just kept saying, oh, I guess I'm gonna have to come and explain. And every single time I'd be like, I really didn't know where to begin. Also, it's so embarrassing. Like, but anyway, we're back, and we're gonna be back with a bang. Best believe. So, yeah, stay tuned. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Now.